Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to another round of your X1 season. We've taken 2 weeks off to cool down. We're back, and we are here for the British Grand Prix. Ranieri is going to come around the final couple of corners. There's just over a minute left in the session, so this is his final attempt, and what an attempt it is!
Wow.
25.178, and Pasquale Ranieri, he's sent a statement to the rest of the field.
He's also sent a statement to the pit wall right there. As you can see, he's gone really, really quick. And that just shows the track evolution you were talking about earlier. And that 1 minute 25.4 not being good enough for the top 10 is starting to ring awfully true. If Pascal can find that much time, that does mean the track has evolved quite a lot indeed. Diego Zorzo, one of those drivers you could easily see on pole position. He goes half a tenth quicker in Sector 1. Not that much of an improvement yet. Oh, Pascal! What has he done? He's just disqualified himself from the session by standing still too long, and there goes his provisional pole position. I'm not entirely sure what on earth is going on. That's the second driver right now we see getting disqualified for that very reason. So there is something going on tonight, and I believe it happened at almost the exact same place. As Diego Zorzo just continues on, probably has seen the message as well. Many more drivers might be confused at what's going on tonight. 77 milliseconds quicker for Diego Zorzo. That pole position that Pascal had is suddenly starting to look a little bit far away for Diego, unless he can find a lot of time in Sector 3. I wonder what's going to happen to Pascal's lap time. It might be reinstated, as the game tends to disqualify for other reasons that are very unfair as well. We'll have to find out by the end of the session. For now, though, Diego Zorzo coming across the line. He does take that provisional pole with a 1 minute 25.2. However, that was not as quick as Pascal was.
Yeah, Pasquale will hold on to that pole position, and, the other drivers are now... They're not going to have a physical benchmark, but they're going to have a mental benchmark that they're going to try to beat. I believe it was a 125.17 something, so it should...
Yeah, 7.8, I believe.
178, okay, so that's not too bad. Tim Tornimo has run out of fuel heading up to the line, so he will only do a 26.6, and he will start almost at the back of the field. Sam Arling jumps Lucas Beisner into P13 with Beisner in 14th behind. Abdullah Balash comes around the final couple of corners. Where can the Aston Martin go? His teammates finished the session in 7th place. Balash will go just behind it 8th. And that is a decent lap time that will put him on the 4th row of the grid. He's actually been knocked off of the 4th row of the grid by Gabor Shontos, who demonstrates his pace once again. He did it in Belgium, and now he's doing it here. Gabor Shontos starts at the front row of the field after setting, in those first lap times, the slowest of them all. As we're going to head to the 5 red lights here in Britain. X1 is back. And the action is underway. Pasquale Ranieri is going to try and get a good start as everyone gets off tentatively. Diego Zorzo tucks in behind in P2 and Gabor Shontos tucks in P3. Rapassa and Roberts were going to go side by side momentarily, but the exit for Roberts means that the door is open for Steven Vaso to dive down the inside. Rapassa is trying to defend behind as there's 3 wide between Vaso, Roberts and Welch. Pasquale Ranieri is holding on to the win in the meantime ahead of Diego Zorzo, but as they come out of the first 3 turns, Pasquale gets a massive kick of oversteer, and he's going to drop so far down the field. P10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
He's falling down.
He's falling all the way down the order, and now he's down into P19, the only driver behind Campbell Adams, whose wheel issues have clearly cost him a lot of time. But within the first lap of this Grand Prix, within the first sector, Diego Zorzo now leads. Shontos is in P2.
Yeah, I saw Campbell Adams going straight in turn 1. His predictions ringing pretty much through. So he made sure he went out of the way, literally, from the other drivers as soon as he could. As we can see here, Takubi and Thomas Lang going side by side. One of the Red Bulls there has gone off and back on the track. That was Louis Wells, gets a 3-second penalty for it.
It has not worked out for him. It's side by side for P number 4 with Tom Roberts and Steven Vaso. Vaso trying to hold it around the outside, going the long way around, but can't quite make that move stick. And he's going to try again. Once again around the long way. Contact between the two. Ooh. As Vaso just gets a little bit squeezed into the corner. Not much room afforded. And a 10-second time penalty heads his way as there's further contact between himself, Welch and Lamas. And just coming back onto the circuit, potentially, arguably dangerously, has taken out Welch's front wing and Alex Lamas's as well. So that is not what they would have wanted to see. And now P4 is 3.1 seconds back, and Vaso still not demonstrating some
going on here?
racecraft here.
This is D-Sync, I think. He's just literally mounting the Mercedes right there. And let's see if they can recover the good racing. There they go once again. Jonathanasi is trying to hold. Angelo D'Ortenzio actually is behind, but he can't really do that. Looks like Angelo's got more grip round the outside. Some cars ahead of them going off track as well as we get back to green flag racing. 3 cars are gonna go side by side into Brooklands. Who's come out best? Looks like the Mercedes nearly had it right there, but Kian Goedendorp is on an absolute roll. He's on P7 already. Tried to go around the outside of Takubi right there. Can he successfully manage to get past? Same goes for the Ferrari of Tim Tornimo, who's also on a huge roll from the back of the field, from 16th already up into 9th, and trying to take Abdullah Boulaish from the outside. Well, nearly worked, but he went a little bit too wide, broke a little bit too late, and that cost him now 2 positions from P8 back down to P10. As you can see, more drivers going side by side. Angelo D'Ortenzio wants to take a leaf out of Tornimo's and Kian's book as well, as he wants to get past and get rolling too. He started from 18th already up to 9th. So many drivers have benefited from the chaos in front. And now they're actually fighting for the points already. We're barely 4 laps in. And there they are. Whoa, there goes one of the Williams. He drifts through the camera field of view right there. That is Jonathanasi, as he was trying to make up places. He's fallen down the order, but he's still within the group, still within reach of the front of this field right here.
15 laps to go in this race. It will be 14 as Houdendorp crosses the line, and we'll see where these two come out. It's actually a full safety car now, as I believe Adams had some more issues down the straight. And well, this is an even more perfect opportunity.
He's gonna wait until the very last moment to speed up. There he goes, but it looks like Diego was very much awake, and he's already side by side. Luca Ripas is gonna have to defend hard against Angelo D'Ortenzio as well, because he was pretty much already on the move as soon as the flag went into the green mode. And there they go, racing once again, and there goes Angelo D'Ortenzio, tipped around by the other Mercedes of Takubi. Not intentional, I'm certain, just a racing incident right there, but looks like that's gonna be another nightmare to add to D'Ortenzio's race tonight, as he was moving up the field so much. Looks like he's now tumbled all the way down to last position, as Campbell's got a time penalty right there. Lucas Beisner versus Sam Arling side by side as they go through love field right there. And it looks like Sam Arling for now has gotten past. Up into P5 he goes.
They're going to come out on the exit one more time, heading down the DRS straight. And who is going to get past Imtiaz first? It's going to be Arling. Is it going to be D'Ortenzio as well as Houdendorp and Rapassa swap? It's 3 wide for P7. D'Ortenzio's through. Arling's trying to go on the outside line. Imtiaz is going to fight this one harder than he did D'Ortenzio. And they're going to be side by side still as they head into the final corner. Who's going to come out on top? It's Imtiaz pushing Arling wide, and through goes Ranieri up into P8. The RB making that move stick and just sensing an opportunity and grabbing it with both hands.
DRS open once again on lap 20 of 26 right there. They're gonna swap positions. Looks like Luca definitely wants back the lead of the race. Kian wanted to get past as well, but Diego closed the door, allowing Takubi to get through. The Mercedes drivers are doing a brilliant job of attempting to control the race right here. Takubi is definitely, there he goes, past the Dutchman. Into P3 he goes. Abdullah has defended hard against Stephen Faso. I believe they're still going side by side come lap 21, and there's Kian also side by side, but Takubi back he goes into P3. Whatever is going on, he really wants to keep the position. And wow, Stephen Faso with an almighty dive against Abdullah, tries to get side by side with him, and then locks up, nearly loses control of the car and spins out of the race right there. But thankfully for him, he's managed to keep it under control. Great news for those who are using those tires at the moment, as we're on lap 22 already. There goes Stephen Faso with a dive once more on Abdullah. He's getting forced to the outside, but he will have the inside line come the next corner. Stephen Faso dives once again. He really wants the position from the Aston Martin. Can he do it though? He's got the inside line once again, and he does get the position, and immediately Angelo D'Ortenzio decides to get past as well, because he saw the fighting happening. He took the opportunity immediately and goes back up into P6. That means only 5 cars in between himself and the victory once more, but he still's got to deal with Abdullah, the Aston Martin he's driving, as that looks like Abdullah's wants to have nothing to do with the overtake that Angelo's just done. Now Pascal's all over the back of both of them as well, as they head towards Brooklands once more. Angelo with a huge dive bomb, outbreaks himself completely, allowing Abdullah back pass, but he immediately recovers, and that means he's still got another shot at P6. It's like he's fighting for victory. That's how hard he's fighting at the moment. He wants to stay with the top 5 as well, as he now finally gets that 6th position under control.
Hoendop can't do anything to get past Takubi, and Angelo Del Tenzio are waiting for moves. Hoendop's going to try and get past into turn 1. Can he make this move stick? It's around the outside. It's a switch to the inside for turn number 3. Can he hold on, or has Zorzo got it? Around the outside he goes. It's a switch to the inside for turn number 4. Can he do it? As he comes out on the exit, it's Zorzo up on top. It's Zorzo into P2, and Rapassa continues to hold this lead. Takubi and Angelo Del Tenzio now trying to get involved in this battle. It's to the inside for Hoendop once again. Del Tenzio and Takubi are side by side for P4, and they're going to stay side by side for P4. Takubi around the outside, he's been boxed in by Hoendop, and he's going to try to go the long way around. Is it a move into Cops? It may well be. They're both boxed in by Godendorp. They've got nowhere to go other than side by side, and it's going to still be side by side between the two. Takubi running slightly off the track. Hoendop and Zorzo still fighting away. These 4 are barely split by a hair. Veso right behind trying to get involved as well. Rapassa is so happy about this fighting because it means he can try to break away. Hoendop is going to get the DRS on Zorzo as he tries to make this move once again up into the final couple of corners of this racetrack. He's made that move. It's P2 for Zorzo. Godendorp still trying to fight back. And, well, he holds on to P2 for now. But the action heads on to the final lap of this Grand Prix.
It's definitely gonna be a close one right here. Diego realizes that Luca is starting to escape, but the fighting gets harder and harder and fiercer. It is definitely going to be a little bit scary there. It nearly went terribly wrong as Abdullah retires in the pit lane at the last lap. He would have gotten points in P13. Now he's not going to get them, as he's now going to be noticed as DNF on the finish list right there. But there, Diego Zorzo is now in trouble because there's Angelo D'Ortenzio and 2 other drivers trying to get past him as well. And suddenly his potential race victory is in jeopardy as D'Angelo gets past, Steven Vaso gets past, and Takubi as well. Diego all the way down to P6, but as they're fighting ahead, he's gonna wait out until the chaos unfold, I'd say, because so far, he's been a very smart racer indeed. While everybody's been fighting hard, he's just been waiting patiently for the perfect opportunity. But right now, it might be too little too late as he's down in 6th place. There's 2 drivers ahead of him who do not have a penalty to their name, as Steven Vaza, I believe, just got one at the final half a lap of this race. But now then, the fighting is happening. Angelo D'Ortenzio has got this victory in the bag as long as he can hold the drivers behind. Still behind him come the next corner. Does he get that opportunity? Luca versus Kian. They're fighting for whatever position they will finish in. Kian does get ahead of Luca Rapassa, pushes him very right. He goes off track as well, as both Dutchmen fighting so hard bump into each other. It's like they're playing bumper cars through the final 2 corners. They nearly run each off, and there comes Angelo D'Ortenzio. Almost. What a brilliant move there. He fights off the 2 fighting Dutchmen, and he does claim victory, not only on paper, but on track as well. And that is what you would call a recovery after that safety car restart.